With everyone in identical 1600cc, 110 horsepower MG Maestros, the grid positions are critical. Decided on practice times, the front rows Mansell, Blomqvist and Watson. And Mansell creeps away a bit, but as they go and down to Redgate on the first of 10 laps, it's Blomqvist, Watson and Mansell. Mansell coming through. Round Redgate they go, down now to the Craner curves. These cars are identical. They have been tested for horsepower. They have all been set up. And now, as they come down to the Craner curves, it's Grand Prix driver John Watson in the lead. Grand Prix driver Nigel Mansell in second place. And right behind him, rally driver Stig Blomqvist. Round the old hairpin. Now they drag round and start to climb uphill. Round the left-hander at McLean's and on up the hill, and it's Watson, Mansell, Blomqvist and Tony Pond in fourth position. There's the distinctive dark car of Watson leading. There's Pond. There is Jimmy McRae in fifth position. Now they come up towards Coppice, and it's still Watson, Mansell, and it looks to me as though Watson's making a bit of a break as they come down towards the chicane. The right, the left, and it's Mansell. Mansell's going to go through on the inside, and he does it. Nigel Mansell takes the lead. Blomqvist goes up into second position. Watson goes down to third place as they complete the first lap, and it's Tony Pond in fourth place, lap 2. Redgate corner, and Nigel Mansell leads. Blomqvist is second, and look, Blomqvist's car has got a big dent in the left side of it, but he's in second place. John Watson is in third position, and behind Watson is Tony Pond. So those are the four top men, and it's Grand Prix driver Watson leading, then rally driver Blomqvist, number 6 there in second place. Grand Prix driver Watson is third, and rally driver, and off goes Derek Warwick. Derek Warwick has gone right off, and through there goes Pintia Ricola in 7th place. So that means to say that Derek Warwick, struggling to get back onto the circuit with wheel spin on the grass, is down to 8th and last position, and he won't like that one little bit. Derek Warwick then pulls away. And meantime, back at the front, it's Nigel Mansell, Blomqvist, Watson, Pond, Sullivan, Jimmy McRae. There they go. And Nigel Mansell has got Stig Blomqvist about a car's length behind him now as they come down to the chicane for the second time in this 10-lap race. And it's still Mansell leading. Blomqvist darts about. Watson is alongside him. Pond is right behind, and Blomqvist's going to try and take Mansell on the outside, and he fails. Now he's got the inside line, and at the end of the second lap, it's still Mansell leading. Then Blomqvist and Watson absolutely together. Tony Pond is in fourth position, and that means to say that Mansell and Blomqvist are tying on aggregate with 29 points for overall victory in the rally sprint. John Watson, there he goes in third position, just ahead of Tony Pond. We're on lap 3 now. This is the third of 10 laps. They've gone round Redgate. They're into now Mansell, Watson, and there, sandwiched between them, is Stig Blomqvist. Tony Pond still in that fourth position. And Tony Pond has got to improve if he wants to win overall, which of course he does for the 4th year in succession, as Nigel Mansell comes round the right-hander almost at the end of another lap. Then Blomqvist in second position. Then John Watson tucked up almost on his boot lid. Tony Pond there in the light-coloured car in fourth position. As a railway train with 4 carriages, they come into the top straight, down to the chicane. Mansell and Blomqvist now tying on points. And they're in line abreast as they go into the right-hander. And Pond is right up behind them. And Watson goes through. Watson on the grass. Watson takes the lead. Up into second place goes Pond. Down to fourth position goes Nigel Mansell. What an incredible drive. Into Redgate now, and it's Tony Pond in the lead. This is the best race in rally sprint we've ever had. It's Pond leading, Watson second, Blomqvist third, Nigel Mansell in fourth position, and Tony Pond is leading on aggregate now. He's got his place where he thinks he ought to be. He's leading the race. He's leading the rally sprint on aggregate, having won in 1982, 81 and 1980. Rally driver leads. Grand Prix driver John Watson is in second place. Mansell is up into third. Nigel Mansell is up into third position ahead of Blomqvist. Then it's Danny Sullivan, Jim McRae, Petty Auricola, and Derek Warwick is still 8th and last. Into the top straight again. Down to the chicane. This is the end of the 4th lap out of 10. And the first two are making a bit of a breakaway. It's Tony Pond, John Watson behind him. Tony Pond has won this race for the last 2 years, and Watson's through. As I say that, John Watson goes through and takes the lead at the end of the 4th lap. In this 10-lap race, the calm, cool, collected John Watson puts all his Grand Prix experience on the line, and now Tony Pond goes through on the inside. This is the half-distance lap 5. And it's Watson, Pond and Mansell's right up with them. Nigel Mansell is now in second place. He's got ahead of Tony Pond. That means to say that Pond is on 30 points now. Mansell is on 29 points. It's that close as Watson leads. And look how they are pressing these 110 horsepower MG Maestros. And Mansell's going to try for the lead. It's still Watson leading. Lap 5. And Stig Blomqvist has made that dent even bigger, or rather someone else has. Someone else has sideswiped Stig Blomqvist down to the chicane. Now, John Watson's there. He's in the lead. And there's Mansell coming out of his slipstream. Mansell's going to go through on the inside. Nigel Mansell takes the lead. At the end of lap 5, it's Mansell, Watson, Tony Pond in third position. Right up close behind Tony Pond, it's Danny Sullivan. Sullivan is coming up now. Danny Sullivan, the Grand Prix driver, is right up with Tony Pond, and there they go. Mansell, Watson, Sullivan and Pond absolutely together. We are now on lap 8 in this 10-lap race. This and laps 9 and 10 to go. Mansell and Watson, and they've got a bit of a gap. Now they've pulled away. Behind them are Sullivan and Pond. Look how close they are. Jim McRae has moved up into 5th position. And so Tony Pond is in trouble in terms of winning the rally sprint on aggregate, because Nigel Mansell now is the man. And Pond's door, look at that. Pond's door has obviously been hit. It's flapping open on right-handers as Mansell and Watson come down to the end of the lap with Nigel Mansell leading and Watson challenging. Watson will be on the inside when they come to the left-hander, but he's going to take Mansell. He's going to take Mansell on the outside, and he's done it. John Watson moved into the lead on lap 9, which is the last lap but one. Now, this makes things tremendously exciting, because with John Watson leading, with Nigel Mansell second, with Tony Pond third, ahead of Danny Sullivan and Jim McRae in 5th place, Nigel Mansell has somehow got to get ahead of John Watson. If he does, he will have scored the same number of points as Tony Pond, that is to say 29, assuming Pond stays in third position. And if he does that, Nigel Mansell will win on aggregate, because if there is a tie, it is the highest placed man in the race that gets the decision. So it's now all eyes on Watson and Mansell. They're on lap 9. Behind them, Tony Pond, Danny Sullivan, Jim McRae. Down the long, long straight, underneath the bridge, down towards the chicane. And Mansell goes to try and take John Watson. Watson holds the lead into the last lap. John Watson is leading. Tony Pond is in third place with that flapping door. Behind him, Danny Sullivan and Jim McRae. There is Stig Blomqvist in 6th position, and look at his car. Into Redgate. And Mansell's through. Nigel Mansell has taken the lead, or has he? Look at Watson. He's back again in the lead. But Mansell's got the momentum, and he's got the line. They're absolutely together. They're rubbing doors. But Mansell's on the inside on the left-hander. Can he get across the front of John Watson? And the answer is yes. Nigel Mansell, if he stays where he is now, and he's in the last half of the last lap of this Austin Rover Rally Sprint, will win overall by getting the tiebreaker decision over Tony Pond, who is in third place. Now it's into the straight. And there they go from Coppice, round the long right-hander, and Nigel Mansell sees the straight ahead of him, but he mustn't let John Watson get past him. Is John going to do it? He's certainly trying. This is the last two corners. Mansell leads, Watson second. There's Pond in third position, and it's going to be a win for Mansell. No doubt about it, but John Watson comes right up at the very last second, and Nigel Mansell